Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Knowledge. On today's episode, we're just going to talk about the elephant in the room, the fact that Logan Paul went out and purchased 6 first edition Shadowless base set booster boxes. A pretty impressive feat, especially with the fact that it was probably because of him that the prices of those boxes have gone up so high. And on this channel, I'm not going to make this channel something that's not. I'm not going to do a reaction video to the hype video he put out and pretend like I hadn't already seen it or anything like that. That's not what this channel is about. That's not what we're about to do. But what I will do is, talk about the impact I think it's going to have. And I want to talk to you guys about, are you going to be ready for what's going to happen? And, I'll explain more of that in this video. First off, I did watch the hype video. And it is very impressive that he was able to get all those booster boxes. But also, the amount of money he has is just a crazy amount of money. But I'm not going to shit on Logan Paul. He's a very smart business guy. He bought that first booster box that, he did the first opening for, paid $200K for that. He sold each pack for, $11,111. He made a lot of money on that booster box, which in turn created the prices of all those booster boxes, from this point on. And what he did do? He brought a lot of attention back to the hobby. And it was funny because when he first opened those booster boxes, at the very, very beginning, it felt like it was still kind of in the Pokemon community. But the reach that, an influencer like he has just, exploded tenfold. And there's a lot of people that got back into the Pokemon hobby or rediscovered it or possibly just discovered it for the first time. And, that's what a lot of my videos are made for a lot of the newer collectors or collectors getting back into it and, talking about collecting and talking about investing and talking about the value that is in Pokemon. And, you can't ignore what's going to happen with this hobby because of this break. And if you guys are new to this channel, please go check out my other videos. But if you guys are not new to this channel and you are familiar with my other videos, you know that I've been pleading with people for the last several months to please get ready. Do not be caught off guard if Pokemon does go through another hype phase. And I talked about this in other videos, especially trying to really hammer down the point to get your cards graded. Send them away so when the next bubble or hype train does hit, you're at least ready. And you have a huge stock of graded cards or huge supply of, sealed product or open product or whatever your niche is, or whatever you feel comfortable in, to just be ready for that to happen. And hopefully some of you guys have taken some of that advice and you are ready. You will never be 100% ready. That's impossible. But a big part of being ready is, having the inventory for when the hype does come, because I'm just going to tell you right now, the price of product is not going to go down in the very near term. Is it possible in a few months to a year or 2 years? Yes, that is definitely a possibility. But right now, with the way demand is for modern product especially, forget about it. You can't go into any stores and find product. For vintage, we saw what happened with first edition cards when Logan Paul did his first break. That's not going to change. I think people are really understanding shadowless cards more. And I want to say I talked about shadowless cards in my very first video I ever made, talking about how I thought that was one of the most slept on, investment opportunities out there. And then, is it going to trickle all the way to the unlimited base set cards? Yeah, probably. It's going to be the same exact, thing we went through in the past. And if you guys are getting back into the hobby or new to the hobby, you've probably only been in it for a year or two. So you remember what it was like getting right back into the hobby and, the excitement that you have. And then you hit that wall, right? You're just driving down the road. You're all excited about Pokemon. And then it's bam, you hit the wall because there's no product out there, or a lot of the prices are very high, or maybe you're not super familiar with the cards or the sets, or the different promos that are available, or when cards were released, what sets were reprinted, and everything that goes with that. And then still there's so many people out there who aren't super familiar with the semi vintage stuff, like all the black and white stuff. Yeah, we're going to talk about black and white now as being semi-vintage, because that's just the way the market has gone. And hopefully you guys have now been in the hobby long enough that you're starting to catch back up, and you're ready for like all this stuff that's going to happen. And one of the big things I hope you guys have is a supply that you're ready to sell. Now, if you're in it to be a collector 100%, this video is still for you, because if you're a collector, whatever you're looking for, whatever card it is or product it is, my recommendation to you right now is to find that product and buy it now, because I don't see prices, like I said, in the near term going down. So if you are looking for, a booster box or two to help complete your collection, or if you're looking for individual cards, you really are going to have to start pulling the trigger on a lot of that stuff immediately, because we are going to see the hype boom come. And the way the market is, it's just sweeping across the board. And I talked about it in my last video I made. Right now, there's not a lot of weak spots where prices are declining. Pretty steadily across the board, we're seeing, gradual increases, especially with the sealed modern stuff. And I'm talking sealed modern stuff that's still available. I have my air quotes out right now, because it's hard to walk into a store and find that stuff, but it's not impossible. If you're grinding and you're going to your Targets and your Walmarts and your GameStops and your Best Buys, if you're going there daily and you start to figure out the schedule, like I know my Target. My Target stocks up on Wednesday. You can almost set your watch to it. And I told you guys in other videos, remember, I believe Target is the best place to find modern cards. And there's 2 spots at Target you have to look. Target either keeps their product at the front of the store, or with like the games and TVs and computer products over there. There's 1 or 2 spots depending on your store. But what Target also has is a second location for Pokemon cards, and that's in the toy section. And I've had more luck finding product in the toy section than I have in any other place, because so many people don't know that Target Pokemon cards are located in 2 different locations. People just think it's the obvious place, like I said, the front of the store, or wherever like the trading cards are in that computer area. Just remember, guys, your best luck, go find where the second location is and get them from the toy section. But anyways, guys, this is just an exciting time. Hopefully you're able to get in some of the pre-order, especially for like Shining Fates and even Battle Styles. I talked about Battle Styles when I did my very first pre-order, and I just got 1 booster box and 16 single blister packs just because I wanted something to open. Oh, man, I'm scratching my head now looking back and saying, why did I only get 1 booster box, Even I wasn't ready, and that was pre-orders for Battle Styles wasn't even that long ago. Now, you can't even get pre-orders for Battle Styles. Shining Fates is just different. That set, it's just, people are going to be fighting over that. And luckily, so there's a few things. Hopefully, they do, decent rollouts to the big box retail. And why I say hopefully is because that's your best bet for getting these cards at MSRP. Elite trainer boxes, unless you're there and you're the first person the distributor is out there stocking the shelves, unless you're there when that's actually happening, you probably aren't going to be able to find ETBs. And yeah, it sucks, guys. Trust me, I know. But, they still have the tins. They still have, like the Pikachu collection box. Like, it's a decent product. It's probably going to be the most heavily allocated, hopefully. But there's a lot of different products, and hopefully you can pick up some of it. But I've said it in other videos, my struggle with, special collections and, like Champion's Path and Shining Fates and Hidden Fates. My problem with those sets is that I love to open packs. And it's just so hard to open packs with those products because it's just so hard to get your hands on that product. Let's just say you get one ETB for a specialty set. There's 10 packs in it. Listen, 10 packs doesn't do much for me. I like to open a lot of stuff, So you think about Hidden Fates, right? Good luck finding one ETB of Hidden Fates to open 10 packs, let alone, what I'm looking for, which is like, I don't know, 80 packs, 100 packs. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm in a different subset of people. Like, I have just a straight up problem with opening product. Like, I enjoy it so much. But that's that struggle I always had. And especially like Hidden Fates, a very great set. You know what? I've opened almost no Hidden Fates because all the Hidden Fates I do have, I just kept sealed because I just knew that I wasn't going to get a lot of opportunities again to pick up sealed products. So yeah, I got one Hidden Fates ETB booster box, and I opened up a couple of the Charizard tins and there was a Raichu tin, but I opened up a few of the Charizard tins just to send away the Charizard cards in there for grading, One of the tins I didn't even open the pack, so that's my struggle with that kind of stuff. But anyways, back to the whole Logan Paul thing, guys. It's going to happen. The amount of people that are going to get back into this hobby is going to be crazy. And hopefully you're excited for it. I know I'm excited because I love this hobby and I love talking about it and I love spreading, like everything that is good about this hobby with everyone else. That's the reason why this channel even exists. I made this channel very organically. I didn't advertise it in any different channels. It was either you found this content, if you liked it, thank you, please subscribe to the channel. If you didn't like it, it's not for everyone. It's a very different platform. I'm not gonna sugarcoat things in a way where I've already watched some of these hype videos for the Logan Paul video. They do reaction videos and I'm watching the reactions and I'm shaking my head like, they already know what's going to happen. They've already watched this video. Like, why are you sitting on camera lying to your listeners? Like, just at least be truthful with them. Let them know, hey, I watched this video, but I'm going to tell you why I think this is awesome, because I think we can all agree that it's going to be good for the hobby. But there's also the bad side of this. It's going to be bad for the hobby, or bad for you and bad for me. And when I say bad for you and bad for me, that's because we don't get our products from a distributor. We're going to get our cards on the open market, whether it's, secondary or at MSRP from big box retail. It's going to make our lives that much harder. And, you got to roll with the punches. It's going to be tough. And you're going to have to lower your head. And hopefully you have enough experience by now that you're going to have, a leg up on all the new collectors coming back in. But I hope you guys all, like I said, have cards ready, have the supply ready for what, if you are in fact an investor and not just a collector, that you have all your stuff ready and get it to market, but time it right, guys. Understand that Logan Paul's box break is February 27th. Keep that date in mind. Because if you do have product that you're looking to either flip or put on the market and get a premium, that's the day you got to wait for. And, there could be a lot of money to be made. And if you are like me, where you're a collector and an investor, like I said, I like to sell products at a profit so I could buy stuff that I enjoy more. I also understand that everything that I enjoy more, that the price for all that's going to go up too. So I'm making a lot of moves now. If you guys haven't graded any cards yet, for the 1 millionth time of all my videos, please send out your bulk orders right now. And keep in mind a very, very important date, February 12th. You need to get your cards to CGC if you're going to save money on bulk grading costs before they jack it up from $8 to $9. And if you like subgrades from $5 to $7. I know I sound like a broken record, but this is for anyone out there who either is dragging their feet or doesn't even know. But other than that, guys, thank you again. If you've made it this far in the video, you are the best. You are the reason why I do this video. And if you haven't, please like, please subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.